This is Chief Hyatt. Chief Hyatt was a witness. She was in the room when I testified, when I gave my whistleblower's application to Commissioner Batts and Commissioner Davis, Commissioner Harris. All right, that's Al Redmer and Governor Hogan. We talking about the dirty cops in Baltimore City. All right. Racism don't work without black cooperation. Baltimore City Police Department came in conception in 1787. They were slave catchers. You slave catching then and you slave catching now. The Baltimore Sun just wrote a story about a police sergeant talking about decades of corruption. I told y'all about the corruption back in 2010. Baltimore City Police Department came in my house and put guns to my head. Just like y'all did Fred Hampton in Chicago. The only reason I ain't dead, I was running a homeless shelter. You'd had to kill everybody in the house. Yeah. So in 2022, make sure that you testify in front of the grand jury. Erek, Barron, Erek Holder, the Department of Justice on Charles Street, Robert Hur, Governor Hogan's left-hand man. Governor Hogan and Al Redmer, y'all make a lot of money off the prison industry. That's Sheila Dixon and Baltimore Dock. That's Baltimore Dock. Y'all talk about redlining. Well, let's talk about racism. Sheila Dixon was in office when I blew the whistle in 2006. Then they was running over the coal because of the money she stole off them credit cards. Sheila Dixon been shilling this corruption too. Jessamy, Dixon, Mosby. Y'all make a lot of money off of black bodies because the war on drugs fuels y'all. You got the haves versus the have-nots, and I ain't having it no more. That's the Baltimore Sun, Justin Fenton. That's the Baltimore Sun. And I told the Baltimore Sun, and I gave this to the Baltimore Sun in 2008. That's Justin Fenton in the Baltimore Sun and the Washington Post and Humanities at University of at UMBC. Welcome to the shit show. I'm honoring my mother and my father with this. I'm the king of talking shit, and that's Governor Hogan. The money behind the war on drugs, locking up black bodies. You let the cops do corruption. You let the judges and the politicians do corruption because you eating off black bodies. That's Marilyn Mosby. Marilyn Mosby and Tessa know all about this. This was in the NAACP office in the 2014 candidacy forum. That's Fern Shin. I gave Fern Shin this information in 2011. No, 2012 when I got out of jail. These are the cases. That's your city solicitor, 2011, January 1st. All right. Your city solicitor. And these are the cases. The judges, the lawyers, and the police. That's Jane Miller, WBAL, I-Team, and she won't report this. The Baltimore Sun won't report this. Barry Sims, Jane Miller, Justin Fenton. You seen me I caught Justin Fenton in front of the court. You seen I caught Fox. Mainstream media in Baltimore be lying to y'all. So, like I said, they took intellectual property. That intellectual property was about the Baltimore Sun. It was about the media. $250 million intellectual property was stolen in 2011. Y'all see who he is. All right. Like I said, I made a book. That's Senator Kelly. Y'all talking about Healthy Holly scandal? Well, Senator Kelly gave me $10,000 to make this movie. Commissioner Davis, you kidnapped a little black boy in Anne Arundel County. And I told you about what happened to me and you didn't do nothing. Melvin Russell was in the room. Kim Trueheart was in the room. Yeah. We talking about the people in the room protecting the white supremacy. We talking about The Wire, Baltimore Rewired. That's Roland Martin, Martin Luther King. Roland Martin, Bernice King, the King family. I came down to Atlanta a couple times. Y'all don't even want to talk to me. Y'all hi-hat me. Y'all treat me like I ain't shit. The King family, Roland Martin, TV1, Kathleen Hughes, Jason Rodriguez, WOLB. I was making a movie. I own shorties. I own all parts of me. It's about Scott Shellenberger and the money behind the prison industry. That's Governor Erek. That's TV1. That's CNN. These are the supporters of shorties. You ain't tough on crime. You just tough on us. That's Scott Shellenberger and Gov.O'Malley. That's Baltimore County Council. Because like I said, you've been protecting the corruption. And this is the corruption machine. I blew the whistle on y'all in 2010. You talking about the police? I gave you the police. I gave you the judges. I gave you the politicians. I gave you the whole kit and caboodle. I did it on Facebook. All right? I did it on Facebook. That's Kathleen Hughes, Radio 1, TV 1. Roland Martin. I gave it to y'all. I was making a movie about y'all, and y'all ain't shit. Y'all ain't shit. Letters Design. That's Richard Sher. Catalina Bird. Catalina Bird ain't open up her mouth. Richard Sher is scared. Richard Sher did the first story on me. Catalina Bird brung clack to Baltimore. She brung the lady in the red dress, and she got the bag. Well, I got a bag too. It's a bag about Baltimore. You don't give black people voices. You pick the voices that you want to be heard. That's why I take my place. When I walk in the room, I holler mic check. You're going to hear me if you like it or not. I'm the son of Corrine and Joseph Davis. I'm a free black man. I serve my country, and my country ain't served me. My father served, my brothers, my family. I'm an honorably discharged veteran. So is my father. Let's talk about the police. Because here it is. Governor O'Malley appoints 9 judges, including his Senate leader's son. That's how you created your criminal enterprise. Barbara Mikulski know about it. That's Commissioner Belfield. That's Frank Conway. Y'all destroyed evidence in the courts. Because Frank Conway's office destroyed a lot of evidence. That's Gene Brackman. Donald Fry. The Greater Baltimore Committee. That's Baltimore County Police Department. That's City Hall. I broke your criminal enterprise down and y'all locked me up. I put it on the toilet. I put it all on the toilet. You can always reinvent yourself. This is the Judge Holland's house. I did a party for Judge Holland, or the black judges, the female judges. I did a party for them. That's Congressman Cummings and Mayor Stephanie Rawlins Blake. I blew the whistle on y'all in 2010. That's the Detective Collins, Internal Affairs Division. Y'all came in my house and put guns to my head, and y'all didn't do nothing about it. I blew the whistle on the school to prison pipeline. Asbestos, lead, mold in the schools. Yeah. City faces challenges. No, the city been hiding. I went to the Supreme Court, and I'm going to the Supreme Court with this. And we're going to make sure that the world see this, being black in America. I gave you a ceasefire program. You gunned it down. That's the Waukegan new son. That's Val King. And that's me in Lake County, Illinois. All right? Like I said, Baltimore Rewired. That's a book. That's a book. And you looking at this book. This is community. This is No Boundaries. Ray Kelly. This is me in Lake County. That's the States at the Public Defender's Office with my toilet and my film crew. I was filming in 2010. That's me and Oz. When y'all had Oz here, y'all had me there, but you wouldn't let me say nothing. Right here, President Donald Trump. We talking about your prison industry. And that's right there. United States, what? You see that, right? Attorney General's office. And I gave y'all that in 2014. This is the Waukegan News, Baltimore Sun. Like I said, the Baltimore Sun knew all about this. That's the Baltimore Sun, and I gave you that. That's the Baltimore Sun. I gave you that can of whoop ass about GOP Carter and the corruption. I still got the book. The Department of Justice destroyed this book, but I got the originals. That's the Baltimore Sun. All right? And y'all wrote that story on me. I'm an activist. I'm not a terrorist. Like I said, Baltimore Sun got it. Can of whoop ass. GOP Carter. Brown Ullman. Baltimore Sun. All right? It's the Baltimore Sun. President Trump, whistleblower. Corrine Davis. All right? Pennsylvania Avenue. And I gave him a cup of shit because Baltimore's the shittiest city. That's Commissioner Harris. If you go to Commissioner Harris right now and ask him for that yellow envelope I gave him, it's going to expose the police, the judges, the lawyers, and the politicians that get paid to lock up Black Baltimore. That's me, Shorty, in Dutch Village. That's Commissioner Harris and Mayor Pugh in Baltimore City. All right? And that's Justin Fenton from the Baltimore Sun. You feel me? Diana Suggs from the Baltimore Sun. Y'all had this. Y'all got this. That's my Community Verizon Award. Shorties. So since the Baltimore Sun is reporting, that's Commissioner Harris. And you see who that is. All right? You see who that is. You got mail. You got legal mail. That's a green card, and I'm not an immigrant. So Commissioner Harris, you can go to jail for shielding the corruption. The same way that that officer was shielding the corruption for 10 years, you can go to jail now. Because you had knowledge as soon as you came to town. You came to town to protect the corruption in Baltimore. And the reason that they ain't fired your ass is because if they fire your ass, you going to snitch. You ain't built for this. I'm built for this. You came from Louisiana, the biggest plantation in America. Yeah, the biggest plantation and the biggest prison in America. That's Kathleen Hughes, TV One, Radio One, Roland Martin, Larry Young, Jason Rodriguez. You won't open your mouth. There's the paperwork. We're going to level up in 2022. Like I said, I was making a movie about Baltimore. We're going to use the Constitution. I'm the founding member of the Baltimore Block. First Amendment, freedom of speech. Fourth Amendment, right to property. Yeah, at the conclusion of a trial, you got to compensate me for my losses. That's the real news. And they ain't going to talk about this. You feel me? Eddie Conway, Mark Steiner. Yeah. Y'all don't want to talk about this. Black mommy activist. Y'all gave her an award. Y'all giving all these awards out to these individuals. Those awards are self-serving demigods. It's self-serving awards. This is the award that I gave the city. Because it's Baltimore, the shittiest city in America. Art and activism, the art of protest. And that's where I got the idea from. Potty training politicians. Jarrell New Ray Davis. See the map? That's South America. The world is watching Baltimore. We're going to see them something to see. That's Tim Williams and Shorty when I first started my store on Falls Road. That's me and my son. You feel me? That's Governor Schaefer. And we talking about the art of getting money. Baltimore rewired. So Justin Fenton, the Baltimore Brander, the Baltimore Brew, Fern Shin. We're going to show the role that the media played in misinformation and demonizing black people. The gun task force couldn't do what they did without the judges helping them out. Judge Holland, Judge Pearson, Judge Previs, Judge Souter, Judge Janae. I'm naming the judges, the lawyers, and the politicians that created a criminal enterprise to lock up black Baltimore. We traded the penitentiary for the plantation, cotton for cocaine, and our kids is the cash crop. End the war on drugs and stop demonizing black people. End the war on drugs and address this corruption. End the war on drugs, because in 2022, we going to the Supreme Court. Peter Francock got my case. Supreme Court or the grand jury. But the corruption in Baltimore, gonna stop. Mic check.